Hey guys, it's Johnny. This is the Secret to INFJ Happiness. Stay tuned. All right, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys, okay? I am not as happy as I want to be, but I'm happier than I used to be, and it's as a result of implementing what I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, this may not be the secret for you, but regardless of where you stand on what works and what doesn't work for you in your life, I am confident that you are going to get value out of this video, so please be sure to stay tuned till the end. I believe happiness is a journey. It's also a choice, and it's a complex issue. INFJs are emotional people, so we fluctuate between being happy, sad, angry, and afraid. Not only that, but we oftentimes absorb the emotions and the energies of other people around us. We can often have a difficult time telling how we're feeling and what our feelings are, okay? Happiness is an emotion. I believe it's also a state of mind. It's also a way of life, okay? And some of you watching right now may be depressed. You may be unhappy. And if you're depressed, I recommend going and seeing a therapist. I'm just sharing with you my own perspective and my own experience, okay? So this video isn't a substitute for therapy, okay? And I'm not selling snake oil or some magic pill to you today of happiness. I'm saying that I do believe that if you implement what we're going to talk about in this video, I believe that you will be happier if you start doing it. I do. Now, there may be exceptions to that rule, but by and large, I think INFJs can benefit from this. Okay, raise your hand if you are all or nothing, all right? If you're a perfectionist. Raise your hand if you're really hard on yourself, okay? Perfectionism, all or nothing mentality, right? This is a very common INFJ thing. And I am not going to say that being a perfectionist or being an all or nothing person, I am not going to say that that is all bad. There are benefits to doing that. There have been times in my life where I have taken an extreme approach to certain things, and I have been successful as a result of that. I'm sure that you could share with me a time that you were all or nothing and it paid off and it was helpful for you. In fact, you know what? Leave it in the comments below. In my case, all or nothing has been beneficial sometimes. In the long run, it has worked against me. I believe that the secret of INFJ happiness is to, as best as you can, bring everything into balance. Now, hold on a minute. Don't just click off and leave. Please bear with me for just a couple minutes. This insight that I came to recently about applying balance, bringing everything into balance, this principle, I believe it is so powerful. I believe that if INFJs begin implementing this idea of balance into as many areas of their life as possible, I believe that they will see profound and dramatic increases in productivity, the quality of their relationships, their financial situation, and their personal degrees and levels of happiness. What area of your life is out of balance? Just the first one that comes to mind, okay? What could you add to and or take away from that situation that could bring it into balance? I'll give you guys a prime example of this. For those of you that don't know, I used to weigh nearly 400 pounds. I've lost nearly 200 pounds. I have a few more to go. When I was dropping all that weight, I was following a specific diet. It was balanced, and I didn't even realize it. I was just doing it. I wasn't overthinking it. I was just doing it. Well, you guys, I hit a milestone. I hit a weight loss milestone a few months ago. And from that time, I noticed that I was plateauing in my weight loss. So you know what I did, you guys? To make a really long story short, I donned this all or nothing mentality in my mind that I said, okay, I'm only going to allow myself a certain number of calories a day, and I'm never going to go over that certain number of calories a day. And if I go over that certain number of calories a day, I failed. I've had this all or nothing mentality about it. And here's what I found. I found that I was able to follow that program for a little while, but then I would screw up and I would blow it, and then I would temporarily fall off the wagon, and the end result would be taking one step forward and either one step back or even two steps back, and I would plateau, and then the plateau went on for months because of that all or nothing mentality. You guys, I have recently gone back to implementing the balanced approach towards my lifestyle program. It took me years to get the weight off. And this last few pounds that I had to lose, guess what? It's gonna take a while to get it off. But because I've brought my diet and my lifestyle back into balance, I'm confident again for the first time in a long time, that I'm going to be able to finish my goal. The byproduct of confidence is happiness. Try to look at what you can add and or take away from whatever situation you are in that is out of balance to bring it into balance. The famous video influencer Sean Cannell of Think Media, he always says, small tweaks lead to giant peaks. Just that one little bit of change that you can make can have a profound difference. We don't have to look at this thing as all or nothing. In my case, it was adding just a couple extra 100 calories a day back to the program I was following before that gave me fullness, it gave me satisfaction, confidence, totally changed everything. Just that little tweak. We as INFJs, we're so incredibly hard on ourselves. And I think so much of that all or nothing comes from an internal desire to achieve our goals, to be the best we can be. INFJs are idealists. In the Kiersey temperament sorter, we are in the idealist temperament. And again, perfectionism has its benefits, but we can take it too far, you guys. Okay, listen, honestly, are you happy? If you're not happy, ask yourself these following questions. Do you have balance in your work life, your home life, your finances, your diet, your exercise, your relationships, your spiritual life? And by the way, I don't discriminate for religious beliefs. I have a personal faith. I don't impose it on others. Whatever you believe, that's your choice. Your spiritual belief or lack thereof, right? But there are all these different areas. Ask yourself, what could you add to or take away from these situations, these areas, to bring them into balance? If you aren't happy, is it possible that some of these areas are out of balance? And is it possible that bringing these areas into balance could produce happiness? Before I go, I want to say one more thing about balance, okay? I believe that an INFJ can turn this into a strength. And we already naturally, inherently have the tools necessary, the wiring of our mind. We have the tools necessary to grasp the idea or the principle of balance. That's our introverted intuition and our tertiary introverted thinking. We have to set boundaries around other people in our life to help balance our relationships. That's our extroverted feeling. But you guys, we have that inferior extroverted sensing, which is about executing on the ideas that we come to. INFJs can bring their lives into an extraordinary, pristine, refined amount of balance that can help them to go on and live a great life, a balanced life. I'm going to leave you with a couple quotes. I'm going to have to paraphrase them, but let's quote Mr. Miyagi and Zig Ziglar. All right? Mr. Miyagi says that balance is the answer. It's not just the answer for being good in karate, right? Zig Ziglar said, when you bring everything into balance, you will be amazed at all of the things that will come to bear in your life. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Like this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what your secret is to happiness. I want to know in the comments your experience, your perspective on bringing life into balance. How have you brought life into balance? How has it helped you? Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.